Welcome back, everybody, to Hayes Tech. Today we're going to go over the DJI Mavic Mini in 2020. And the reason I wanted to do this video is because there are two newer versions of it. You have the DJI Mavic Mini 2 and the DJI Mavic Mini 3. And since the Mavic Mini 3 was just released, I thought, the one that I have, which is the original DJI Mavic Mini, I wanted to see just how good it was, as far as video quality goes, flight characteristics, stuff like that in 2022. So I promise I'm going to try to keep this as short as I possibly can. So let's go ahead and take a look at the DJI Mavic Mini in 2022. Okay, so I know I haven't done a video, in a while on my drone, and mostly the reason that is because I don't like to fly it in the wintertime. And I shouldn't really say that because when we get these real deep snows and stuff like that, it's really cool to send up the drone and get some nice shots of, all the snow on the roofs and all the snow in the trees and stuff like that. So, I shouldn't say that, but normally I don't really fly it much in the wintertime. And again, when I do fly it, I try to get Noah to do the piloting for me because, again, without my right hand, it's really hard to run the controllers, and you need to have two hands in order to fly the drone smoothly. What I plan on doing in this video is the flight that I took yesterday. I have it all edited, and what I'm going to do is just start playing it and have that for the background. And I want to go over some of the specs right off their website, let you know what the DJI Mavic Mini has in it as far as specs go. And then I'll go ahead and wrap the video up and let you guys know what I think about it, in 2022. And whether I think, that you guys should go out and buy them. Because even though you cannot purchase them brand new from DJI, there are still plenty of places you can get them out in the market, which, you look at eBay, Amazon still has a few, I think. So they are still out there, and you can pick up used ones. So let's go ahead and get into the specs on this. The takeoff weight is 249 grams, and remember that in order for you to not have to have a pilot license, a drone pilot license, it has to be under 250 grams. And this is at 249 grams, which puts it right under that threshold. Now, dimensions, I don't know if you guys really need to know the dimensions, and they're pretty much all the same for all of the different ones. Folded is 140 by 81 by 57 millimeters. Unfolded, 150 by 202 by 55 millimeters. And unfolded with propellers on, 245 millimeters by 289 millimeters by 55 millimeters. Anyways, now the max ascent speed in the S mode, it's 4 meters per second. In the P mode, it is 2 meters per second. And in the C mode, which is cinema, it's 1.5 meters per second. And I just want to say that I use C mode. So what you guys are viewing right now, this is all in C mode. Now, the max descent speed, again, 3 meters per second in S, 1.8 meters per second in P mode, and 1 meter per second in C mode. Max speed, this is near sea level with no wind. It is 13 meters per second in sport mode, 8 meters per second in your P mode, and then 4 meters per second in your C mode, again, which is your cinema mode or your sign mode. Now, your maximum takeoff altitude is 3,000 meters. Maximum flight time, 30 minutes, which, again, in the newer Mavic Minis, in the 2 and 3, well, at least the 3, I know for sure, is 45 minutes. So that's really cool. Now, stabilization, it does have 3-axis tilt, roll, and pan. Okay, the camera. Now, the sensor is a 1/2 CMOS sensor. Under the lens, it has a 35mm format equivalent, which is 24mm aperture f2.8. And the shooting range is 1 meter to infinity. I don't know if you guys want to know about the ISO range, but if you put it in manual mode, you can control the ISO range in it. Now, the still image size is 4000 by 3000 megapixels. 16 by 9 is 4000 by 2250. Now, the video resolution in this is 2.7K, which is 2720 by 1530. It has 24, 25, and 30 frames per second. In Full HD, again, it's 1920 by 1080, which is 24, 25, and 30 frames per second. It also has 48, 50, and 60 frames per second if you want to do slow motion, but that's only in 1080p. So, again, in 1080p, it's 24, 25, 30, 48, 50, and 60 frames per second. A lot to choose from for that. Photo format is JPEG. They do not have RAW. And I can tell you guys that the video and the photos that this thing takes is phenomenal. I mean, just outstanding. Now, the video format is MP4, and that is, of course, H.264. Now, the sensors in it, really the only sensor it has in it is a downward-facing sensor that gives it an idea of where the ground is. Now, the charger in it, again, it comes with just a cable that you can plug into a USB charger and plug into the wall, and then you plug that into the back of the DJI Mavic. But again, I highly recommend getting the 3 battery charger where you can put up to 3 batteries in it and plug that into the wall, and that will smart charge all the batteries, and it charges 1 battery at a time. It takes the battery that is the most charged, charges it first, and then works down the line. That way you can get out and get to flying quickly. It does have intelligent flight batteries, and they are 1100 milliamp batteries, 7.6 volt. Max charge voltage is 8.7 volts, so don't get anything that charges over that. The weight of the batteries is 50 grams, and supported SD cards. UHS, UHS-1, Speed Class 3 or above. I recommend getting the best SD cards you can get. You will definitely see better quality with, the higher quality video cards. Now, the app that you use for this particular drone is the DJI Fly app, and you can get it on the Play Store. I'm not sure about Apple, but I do know you can get it right on the Play Store, and it's easy to install and very, very easy to use. And that is pretty much it for specs, guys. Now, since we have a little bit of time, I'm just going to go ahead and shut up, put some music in the background, and let you guys enjoy watching me fly this thing around. Alright guys, I hope you got something out of that video. You know, I tried to do the best I could with it. And again, I'm not that good at flying it, again, because of my right hand. And that is exactly why I get Noah to do all of my flying with the, with the drone. And he's really good at it. And anybody that is used to using a controller for, like, playing video games and stuff like that, you can fly this drone. And you can do some pretty crazy things with it. But with me, I can't use, I can only use one hand, really my left hand. And in order to fly it smoothly and do really cool things, you need to be able to use both joysticks at the same time. Now, it does have some really nice features like the return to home button. Press and hold it. It automatically brings the drone back to its original position. It takes it up to a certain height, which is predetermined. You predetermine that. And then it will just bring it home. I've noticed that it's very accurate in its GPS. And it's always landed within, say, 1.5 to 2 feet of where it took off at. So that's pretty good. Now, can I recommend this drone from DJI, in 2022? Absolutely. I'm telling you guys, you can pick the drone up itself, just the fly pack, for I think it's $249, and that's brand new. Now, you can get the I think it's called Fly More pack, which is the drone, extra props. Actually, you get extra props with the original one, but you get even more extra props because you're going to damage them. Believe me, I had to replace a couple. But you also get 2 batteries, and you get a triple battery charger, a smart charger. You get a zip-up pouch with it, so you get all of that, and I think that's $299. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to try to show the case in here and some B-roll. I ordered this case for it, and it's a hard plastic case, and it's made specifically for this drone, and man, does it work nice. I only had one issue with it, and that was me actually putting the drone in there without looking at where the props were, and I left it over the wintertime, and when I pulled it out, I noticed I bent one of my props, which, again, I said earlier, I had to replace one of the props. But with that said, I've had this drone now for about 1.5 years, and I've only ever replaced one prop. It's still going on the original props, all except for one. So, yes, I can highly, highly recommend this drone to any of you out there. And if you are kind of scared or kind of leery about jumping into the whole world of drones, don't be. I thought it was going to be really hard to do. And again, guys, remember, I can only use my left hand to use the controller. But all of this video that you saw today, I did it. I did it with my 2 hands, and it's pretty weird watching me try to use the controller. So again, yeah, in 2022, this is a steal. If you can find one, get it. I stay away from some of the used ones, but if you can find a new one, I would definitely grab one up while you can. Especially if you can get one for $250 or around that price, they are well worth it. Alright, well, that's all I have for this video. I do want to thank each and every one of you out there. I did want to bring up quickly that with the way things are in the world today, it's getting kind of hard to find things to do videos on because, the videos I like to do, I have to purchase certain items, and of course, money is a big factor, and that's for everybody, alright? I get it, it's for everybody. But it's kind of putting a damper on some of the videos that I'm able to do lately. So don't count me out, though. I do have a lot of plans, and I am going to be getting videos out. They're just going to take a little bit longer. As opposed to me uploading, say, once a week like I used to, you may get one once every 2 weeks, maybe once every 2.5 weeks. But I will do the best I can to get out as much content as I can. Also, check out my other channel, which is Life Post Stroke. I put a lot of videos over there that don't make it on this channel. So, there you go. I've been blabbing again. I kind of took it longer than I wanted to again. So, I just wanted to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.